Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Coffee with Chris, the podcast in which I share my life with you and answer any questions that you might have, not just about me, but in general. Maybe I'll discuss a subject that you'd like me to discuss, or we can have a nice conversation about how your day went. It's intended to be much of a back and forth between us, so make sure to leave a comment down below and just let me know what you want to talk about. We'll get to that. Today, once again, no comments yet. I should probably start mentioning that right in the intro, because it's not very encouraging, you know. But yeah, today I'm very tired, like really, really tired. I spent the entirety of yesterday helping my classmates with their programming adventures. Like I'm helping them create websites. The reason I'm helping them is that no one else is, and I'm the only one in class who really knows how to do this. We have a couple of people who are decent at it, who somewhat understand what they're doing and are very independent. But unfortunately, there are also a lot of people who would definitely fail if they didn't have support. So I'm there to support them, and I'm doing my best to make sure that they don't fail. It's a little difficult sometimes to make sure that they completely understand the code that we're writing. And I don't really know what to do about that other than drilling them before the exams, because we actually have 14 days from we hand in the assignment to we have to go to the examination. And during that time, we're supposed to make some kind of improvement to our website. And we are supposed to, understand what our website is, why it's structured the way it is. For example, it's really difficult to explain people why and how you group items together in order to move them around more easily. But people are definitely getting there. I mean, I'm helping two people in particular. They are my study group. And, it's really nice of them. They told me that if it wasn't for me, they would have both dropped out. And I thought they were joking, but it turns out they were both very serious. And it isn't just me, it's our group. So we are a 4-people group, but it's more like we're 3.5 people. One of us doesn't participate that much. She wasn't part of our group for the first project, and that's because the first group projects were assigned by the teachers. Though we included her for the second one, and she tries sometimes, but she also gives up quickly. She struggles a lot, and I don't think she'll be finishing the education. On the other hand, these two, and I kind of agree with them. If I had been in some of the groups that the other people have experienced, I'm not sure I would have been there either. I mean, I might have left too. But I was just so lucky to get the best people in my group, like really. That's not just, sure, there's a bit of a bias there, but I have worked with some of the other people and I have helped some of the other people, and there is no doubt that these two are my favorites. So I think our teacher really hit the sweet spot there. And them telling me that without this group, they probably wouldn't have still been at the school makes me feel both worried and relieved. I don't know if you know that sensation where you're both pretty, I don't think relieved is a word, alleviated, relaxed, happy, something like that. Anyway, yeah, sorry, very confused because not enough sleep. I had to get up early and I came home really late yesterday. We'll get to that. We stayed late at school. But yeah, them saying that makes me a little worried that I might lose them, because I'm not sure I can finish without them. And it also makes me very happy to know that I have such a huge impact on them. So, I have mixed feelings about it. But it's definitely one of those situations where I'm smiling about it, And the group, we were a total of 7 people who stayed late yesterday. And we stayed really late. We stayed until about 9 p.m. And admittedly, we met in at 11 a.m., but we were there for 10 hours. And we were working almost the entire time. We got some chips, we got some sodas, and then we ended up ordering burgers. And we got this really nice picture of us eating together at the table. Unfortunately, it's not in focus, but it's still a good picture. And, you know, it was just an enjoyable day. And that's why I'm so tired, because I have almost an hour home. I tend to say an hour, but it's more like 45 minutes. I live 9 kilometers away from school. Even now I don't work. I live 12 kilometers away from school, and I have a bike, just a normal ass bike. Some days I do it in 40 minutes, some days I do it in 50. It depends on traffic and wind and all of those things. But it is, you know, yeah, it's a bit far. And that's why I have to get up early, is why I have to, well, that is why I had to come to sleep so late yesterday. I couldn't just walk home real quick and then go to bed. No, I had to go all the way home. I am starting to worry a little, because I have been helping for 2 days now, and we've got a class today that lasts the entire day. Then tomorrow I'll be going to spend time with one particular classmate, because her and I have something similar on our websites, and we're going to build it together. And it's pretty good experience for her, and it's also pretty good for me to have some backup. My main issue is that I don't actually work very well in groups. I do really well when it's not something I have to concentrate on. But programming, I have to keep a level head. I need to have a good overview. And even though websites aren't really programming, I still feel like I lose my touch with the code, so to speak. And then I can't get it done. So I've gotten very little work done in the past couple of days. I still have a bunch of things that I need to finalize. A lot of them are minor things, but I shouldn't underestimate the time it might take. I think I'm going to end up writing my report in one day, but I'll still have to spend a day getting it into InDesign as well. So the report is at least 2 days worth of work. I know that I'm not done with my website. I need to do those things on Friday. And then I also need to do other things. Particularly, I need to, I need to write some blog posts. It's part of our study requirements, really. I don't think I'm going to do the actual experiment, but I am going to write about it to show that I understand what leading, tracking, and kerning are, and what serif and sans serif fonts are, what monospaced fonts are, to kind of display my knowledge, but I won't be doing the actual assignment. That way I can relatively quickly get it off the page. So I have one thing that's almost done, one thing that I'll just have to write, really, and then one thing that's pretty quick to set up. And I've got a total of 9 things that I need to do, so you can see I can strip a third of the things I need to do really quickly. And I might do that today, but then at the same time I kind of want to finish my website so that I'll be finished tomorrow, basically. I want tomorrow to be the last thing I have to do. And how exactly I'm going to do that, I'm not sure. Because I got some feedback from my classmates, and it was actually pretty good feedback, because my website is very black on white. Like, there's not a lot of color there. And we found a way that's very subtle, but still present, to add that splash of color. And now I just need to work with some sizing and spacing and make sure that everything is extracted to variables. So I actually have a list of to-dos on my project itself too. So that's good. I have my overall to-dos, then I have my in-code to-dos. And I just need to chip away at them. I need to select one, remove it, well, get it done, and then remove it. So that I can move ahead. Because, truthfully, I have all the way until next Monday. But realistically, I only have until this Wednesday. The reason for that is that I'm actually supposed to be going on vacation with my family this Wednesday. I'm supposed to go camping with them. So I'm starting to be a little stressed out about things, but not too stressed out about things. And that's also like, it's a balance, right? I think maybe that should be the title of this video, really, even though it comes here at the end. Life is about balance. It's important to not be the asshole, the one who just tells everyone else that they can deal with their own stuff and you won't help them. But it's also important to recognize that you are an individual with an assignment to do. So my classmates have collectively agreed that they will be, not all of them of course, but at least the people that were there yesterday were talking about it at dinner, and it was kind of embarrassing. I felt like a child, like, no, not necessarily a child. You know that awkward moment when it's your birthday and people are singing happy birthday and you don't know what to do with yourself? That's what I was feeling, because they all talked about how they need to nominate me for this employability badge that we have. Because the employability badge is only for people who have done something extraordinary for the school or their class. And so far I have taught the class some Illustrator things because our teacher didn't show. We were supposed to have 2 teachers, but one didn't show up. He was late. And so I ended up teaching the class how to do the things that he was supposed to teach them. And then I've done this. I've spent 2 days during our exam project, even though I have a lot of things to do myself, in order to help them with their websites and guide them through it. It's been interesting, and I've gotten a lot from it. And there's definitely a lot of reflection to be done, which is an important part of our exam as well. We're supposed to reflect on the work that we do in the groups. And so I don't think they'll fail me, even if because they expect a lot. I was told from the very beginning that they expect improvement according to capability. That means that due to the fact that I can already program, they expect me to be either exceptionally good at the programming, which won't be the case because I've literally made no improvement while I'm at this school. And they know that because I've helped the teacher a few times with a couple of random questions, some of which are slightly difficult to ask, some of which you just kind of forget. I've actually helped the teachers a lot, now that I think about it. Yeah, that's a bit of a situation. I do end up helping people a lot, and I think it's really great to help people. I love helping them. I live to help, really. But I also need to admit that I have my own projects, and depending on how much I get done today, I might not be able to help them next week. Because I'm going to be spending my weekend trying to just get rid of as many of these things as possible. But I want them done by Wednesday. Also because I'm the kind of person who's never done in time. I always get things done at the last minute. I remember helping my buddy with one of his examinations, and we ended up sleeping for just 4 hours, and we handed in 17 minutes before the deadline. And I know some people have done worse than that. They've pulled all-nighters and all that. But the thing is that it causes stress. And I don't want to be stressed about this. Right now, today, I still have a lot of time to do all of these things. Tomorrow, I'll have a little less time. That means I need to get something off the list today. in theory, I could do one thing a day and then I'd be done in time. But I want to be done early, like I said. So I'd like to do 2 things a day. And that does put a lot of pressure on me if I end up I've spent the last 2 days just helping people. I haven't learned anything myself. Well, that's a lie, right? Because I did get some feedback. I did get some useful feedback. And I think that feedback might be something that I can write about it in my academic report. I can write about it, I can talk about it at my exam. And I can also kind of use it for myself, right? It's good input. So never underestimate the input of others. Even if they're worse at the subject than you, their input might still be relevant. But yeah, the point I'm trying to get at here is do your best to help other people, but set limits too. And it's okay to set limits. No one is going to blame you. And I've already told people that there are only 3 people in class who are allowed to message me privately about the exam. I was very clear throughout the entire thing that I will be there Tuesday and Wednesday. And maybe sometime next week too, depending on whether or not I get done this weekend. I think I'll get done this weekend. I'm pretty sure I will. But it all depends on how much work I get done today and tomorrow. Because the academic report is going to take up 2 days worth of time. So I need to finish my website Friday. But then I can be done. And I can help. But I've told them, only when I'm at school are people allowed to come up to me and ask for my help. Any other time, there are only 3 people, and those are my study groups. The people in my study group are allowed to message me privately. Anyway, I could actually keep talking because I feel really relaxed. I feel like I got into the groove here. I'd like to get into this groove more often. I feel calm and casual with you. It's very nice, and I think it's going to help a lot as well for like your perception of the channel. Anyway, this video is getting way too long at this point, so I'm gonna go, and I'll just see you tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be just as calm, just as relaxed with all this. It's been fun talking to you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye now.